Because I remember I saw Billie Jean, and Billie Jean was actually, I remember seeing him, and not in a negative way, but I was like, bro, if this guy can do it, like I can do it. You know, it was an ad, Billie Jean's on his balcony in, I think, San Diego, and he's like, you know why doctors make more than a janitor? And, you know, like that type of ad.
The whiteboard.
Yeah. That was the ad, man. And so I start hiring all these coaches. Coach 1, 10K, coach 2, 7K, coach 3, 10K, whatever. And I spend about 50,000. I'm starting to get pissed off because they're not showing me. It's always in the middle, right? Like I think at the time I was like, oh, all these coaches suck. But I think the reality was they were showing me good stuff, but I'd already done it. Mm-hmm. And they were telling me they had something new. And I was like, dude, this isn't working. So all the coaches were pretty much at the time automated webinars. And I would do these webinars. They wouldn't freaking work. And I was like, guys, like these are overweight people. These are not business. Like, oh, it's the same thing. I'm like, no, it's not. Like in my head, I'm like, no, it's not. Like an overweight person is not the same as a business owner. So I'm getting pissed off. And I finally get to my last coach and the same thing's happening. And I get really pissed. And I basically tell him, I'm like, yo, like you guys suck. Like you guys said the same thing everyone else has said, et cetera. I'm getting really frustrated because most people, they're not spending 50 grand on programs after they made money. And my dad's like, Tanner, like you'd make 250 or 300 this year if you just stop paying people all the money you make. Because all the money I was making from organic, killing myself, was going to these guys. And then I'd have to spend ad spend on top of that. So I was killing myself, right?
Not taking any profit or whatever.
Killing myself. And well, even if I was, it was just, it's 10K to the coach, 10K on ads. That's 20K. And then I'd do it again next month. And I would wait 30 days before I'd hire a new coach because if it doesn't work the first I'm like, bro, what's going to happen the next 3 months?
Where are you finding these coaches, though?
It was either like word of mouth or it was like ads, right? It was just like I was in the ClickFunnels community. And so they're like, hey, these coaches, that coaches. And honestly, I don't think a lot of their programs were terrible. It's just, I don't think I knew at the time, but I'm kind of a freak, right? And so I think they're used to the normal clients. Every program I would go in, I would still usually even be the best client. And I was like, this isn't good enough though. That was just my mindset. So I get to the final coach and I get, they assign me a 1-to-1 and then he calls me and he was pissed off because he was like at dinner. So he's like pissed he's coming out to dinner. And I'm just like, dude, I didn't mean to like ruin your dinner, but this and that. And he's like, dude, look, like I'm just gonna make it simple. Either stop crying and do it or like shut up and I'll give you a refund. And like, I'm a very A-type guy. So in my head, I'm like, oh, fuck this guy. Like I'm going to prove him wrong. Like F him. So I sit down at my computer and I just take like a deep breath and I'm like, all right, I'm just going to message all these people. Because what happened is ManyChat, that was when ManyChat was a thing. You don't need it now. But at the time, you had to use ManyChat to do messenger ads, right? As far as I knew. Or they had like a JSON feature, but it was shit. I didn't like it. So I go in and all my ads, what I was doing is they click the ad, they go into Messenger, and then the link would be to my VSL or webinar. And I was hoping that they would just buy or sign up for a call. They didn't. So I start messaging everyone and like, boom, 6 sales made 30 grand. I was like, oh shit. And that was like my aha moment was like, I'm going to be rich. Cause like, I was like, if I just do this over and over again, it will work. And then I just started scaling like crazy. By the end of the year, I'd done $1 million. After that, what happened is all these trainers, I started getting accolades from ClickFunnels, which was really helpful. Because there's a lot of business coaches at ClickFunnels. That's kind of like this stereotype, and everyone makes a joke like coaches, coaching, right? And I'd built a fitness company to 7 figures, and they were like, so there are all these trainers like, holy shit, because a lot of trainers are broke. I mean, I see them at the gyms all the time. I get approached at gyms all the time by trainers, like constantly.
They know you by this.
They know me by this time, right? So, I'm like, well, dude, look, that's not what I want to do. I've had really bad experiences with business coaches. That's not what I want to do. And they're like, dude, please, like, I'm begging you. Like, I got 12 grand left. I'll give you 10. And I'm just like, fuck. And I knew how he was feeling because I'd been there. So I said, okay, look, like, I'll show you everything I know, but like, no bitching, no complaining, like very kind of like almost like, don't sign up with me. Yeah. My first 3 clients make 10K in 30 days. And I'm like, dude, I'm going to be a billionaire. Like I really did because I was like, my shit is so much better than these other coaches because I have a lot of context, right? Like these companies were bigger and stuff, but I'm like, oh my gosh. And we did 10 million that year just helping trainers.
Wait, so you said the biggest shift was messaging people directly?
We still do it.
That opted into
we message. So dude, think of it this way. If we get, let's say in a month we get 20,000 leads.
Yeah.
What other company do you know that messages 20,000 people 1-to-1?
Yeah.
Nobody.
So that's like centers.
If you can scale unscalable things, it can give you an advantage in a competitive market.
So there's the automated message that goes out through ManyChat.
The first,
you follow up on
that but we don't even do that now. You just do it natively through Facebook. But the first message is like, hey, thanks so much. Here's the training. And then a human will go in and we start slamming them. Like,
So that was the difference, and you would get them on a call from there.
And then we get them on the call, and I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me. That's all I had to do this whole time, right?
So no one was teaching that?
Nobody, because it was new.
Yeah.
And if they did teach it, they're just like, oh, yeah, just run them to Messenger, and then you can send them stuff. But it was, like, in my head, everyone was like, it should be automatic. Like, run ads and cross your fingers, run your ads and cross your fingers and hope it works.
Yeah.
And as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, my gosh, I don't need a good webinar. I don't need a good VSL. I don't even need a good funnel. I just got to message these people.
Yeah.
So if I get them in Messenger, it's game over. And I had done door-to-door sales. Yeah. So all this stuff, the cool part, the realization that was really cool is a lot of people, they're like, wow, you had success really fast. But those 3 years where I was struggling, all the door-to-door sales, all the operations I learned,
comes
like
back.
it was for that moment, right?
Hey guys, if you enjoyed this short clip, check out the full interview here. And if you want to see more clips from this episode, check it out right here.